How did I go from having no YouTube channel ever to having 1 million views, 7,000 subscribers, being monetized in 90 days? And what equipment did I use? If that's what interests you, that's what this video is about. We'll go back to my cars on all my other videos, but I got 150 other videos up. But if you want to learn what equipment to buy and how to do all this for under $100 to get your own YouTube channel, then this is the video for you. So welcome to another episode of Junkyards and Barn Finds with Sean, and I'm Sean. So good morning. It is August 2021 and I'm Sean, and thank you for watching. I just wanted to kind of make this video. It's not going to be long. So first I want to say thank you to everybody who's ever watched this program, because we went over 1 million views last month. We've only been on YouTube now since January, and we went over 1 million views, and I think we have about 7,300 subscribers. So each and every one of you, I thank you so much for allowing me to do this. It started off just as a hobby. I had no idea it would grow to be this big. So I hope you guys enjoy what we do. I mean, it was Junkyards and Barn Finds, and we've done some other car stuff because I like racing and everything. So I try to make the videos interesting for you guys. So I appreciate you sticking around. Some of you guys who have been here forever with me, I really appreciate that. I've been here since day one. And by the way, I do appreciate all the comments. I know sometimes people say, you don't know anything about cars, or you talk too much, or whatever. Telling me I don't know about cars and correcting me, that's part of the whole fun of doing this, I think, is I don't know everything about cars. I've owned 35 of them. I've raced some. I've had show cars. I've built some since 1982. But I don't know anything. I'm not a professional in this field. One of the questions that I get asked a lot is, what equipment do I use? Because I've only been doing this for about a year, but I went to film school for college, and I have worked everywhere from Warner Brothers to local news to ESPN shows to the Fishing Channel and all. So I have a big background in production. That being said, the whole world has changed. Let me show you some stuff. I put some of the stuff out that I have. So like many of you guys, if you started a channel, or you want to start a channel, or you just want to put a video up, even if it's not just a channel, maybe it's like, I got a cool video. The first thing I started with was this iPhone right here. The first couple, if you look, you could tell which ones I shot on an iPhone because it's not really stabilized, and it's an iPhone. Now, I've used this at other times. If I'm in a venue, or if I'm in somewhere and my batteries go dead on my other cameras, I'll still use this, because honestly, an iPhone is better video quality and audio quality than a lot of the cameras that I used to buy even 10 years ago, or even used professionally. So let's see what else we have. So I have down here, I've got 2 digital video cameras. They use the regular SD cards, 128. If you get one of these, they run about $60 on Amazon. I bought them last year. I've owned a ton of them over the years. They're easy. You just use batteries. They have a rechargeable battery. They both use the same battery. This one happens to be an HD, high definition. This one happens to say it's 4K with Wi-Fi. They have remote controls. They don't have stabilization in them that well. You guys will see which, if you look at my early videos again, you'll see which ones I shot with those. The HD has really good HD quality, but it's not stabilized. What I use them for most time now is when I'm using a tripod or backups. They're really good because they don't use a lot of battery. Next, I have a GoPro 8. The same camera I'm using right now. I have 2 GoPro 8s. So this is a GoPro 8, that's a GoPro 8. I'm old, I don't use apps much, and you kind of have to get the app in order to get the GoPros to work right. It probably took me, say, 3 or 4 days to be convinced enough to get a GoPro, and a great place to find them, especially right now, is I found my first one, which came with the handle that I'm holding. It came with extra batteries. It came with this waterproof case and some other stuff. And I got it at a pawn shop for like 250 bucks total for the whole kit. Even came with a GoPro case, which was cool. The other one I bought, the second GoPro, which once I got used to using this, and you guys were like, oh, this is so much better, because I got a lot of comments like, how come you're jumping up and down? And I'm like, I'm not jumping up and down. But the problem is, I was in a bad car wreck a couple years back, and I don't have feeling in my lower left leg. Because of that, when I walk, sometimes if you guys notice, if I walk, especially if I've been doing a long time, you might notice the camera bounces a little more because I can't feel my leg and my hip starts to go. So that's just something that I got to live with. It happened in 2017, is what it is. Took me about a year to rehab, but now I know, I learned how to walk again. So anyway, so the GoPros, and these are really great. They're awesome. They're waterproof, I think, to 15 feet without this thing. But that's great, especially if it's raining or if I want to put something underwater, which I do for friends and anything. The other thing I got was some extra batteries for the GoPros. I have a battery charger right here, which is actually charging one right now. I have 6 total batteries. I bought all those batteries because I don't want to be out somewhere. Like when I traveled over the summer, and you don't want to be out in the middle of nowhere in a junkyard and all of a sudden batteries go dead and you have no place to charge them. So they last pretty well, 2-3 hours a piece. I have a set of headsets which I could plug in, make sure if I'm in a loud area. I have a little microphone lavalier. If I'm talking to somebody, I can put on them. This microphone goes on here. And then this is also a really nice little setup. This was like $15 on Amazon. And those cameras fit right on. You could plug in an external mic, which is a directional microphone. And it's really light. Plus, when those cameras on there, you can just lay it down. It's all stabilized. So that's stabilized. I have this, which you'll see a lot of people use for GoPros. It's like a little head thing. I'll stick it on here. Hold on. So you could stick it on, and then you could put your GoPro, connects right there, and then wherever you're looking. So for those of you working on cars or something like that, you can wear these, and this was like $12. So I have that, and then I got this at Walmart, this little light, and it's really cool because you can screw it into anything that's got a mount, and it's, let's see, have to hold it in. There you go. That's bright. And it's a LED light. And for under hood or inside cars, and it even has a brighter and a brighter and a brighter. And it really doesn't use batteries that much. It uses a watch battery. So that's the stuff that I have. Obviously I have a thick, nice tripod, which I use with the heavier cameras. And then I have a really light tripod that I can use with the GoPros. I have a speaker or a microphone holder if I want to use that. I suggest, this is actually a diaper bag. So this is really a diaper bag I got, I think at Target or Walmart. It was like $8. And it's really awesome. It's waterproof, it's leak proof, it's got plastic on the inside. So I put all my camera gear in there, and it has like a little backpack on it. So that's really cool. That's one of my paintings, by the way, because I'm an automobile artist. So one of the things you're gonna have to get are these little scan disc cards. This one, which comes off, it actually is a mini card. They run about $30 for the 128. These cameras here, they don't use the mini. So you have 2, but they slide right into your laptop. Here is what I use. This is an HP laptop, just a standard HP laptop. This has a Pentium silver Intel chip in it. And then you're going to need, if you're going to do a YouTube channel, and I found out this really quick. So I have a couple notebook computers, but this laptop, I think it was it's like 400 bucks, 300 bucks. I'm sure you could get one. That was like 2 years ago, so I'm sure you could get one now. What I use on that is you go on Amazon and the Adobe Photoshop Elements and Premiere. So I don't really use Elements much, but the Adobe Premiere is what you use, and it's called a non-linear editing system. So I'll show you here what non-linear editing looks like. But basically, it allows you to have as many different channels of video and as much music as you want, and then you move it. It's super easy. You do it once or twice. It has a tutorial. That's only $99. That same editing system in 1996, when I was in film school at Florida State, is equal to what we used to call an Avid, and an Avid ran about $500,000. And then a Media 100 editing system, which is what we had when we were doing some independent TV shows and stuff back in the early 2000s, was still about $100,000. And now it's 99 bucks for the CD. And the CD comes with one for your Windows or for Macintosh. And then, like I said, a Seagate, this is a one gigabyte, whatever the heck it is, the 1 over megabyte, the T1 TB. Anyway, it holds a lot. So I've actually have 155 videos up, and these things run $45 at Walmart. You can get a 2 terabyte. That's what they are, 2 terabyte. So this is a 1 terabyte. I have a 1 terabyte and a 2 terabyte that are already filled, because I keep all my raw video in case, like, we're going to be doing at the end of the year a best of 2021, best of car finds, best of junkyards, or top 10 or something. Haven't figured out exactly what I want to put together, but I keep all my raw video, which is not the edited stuff, on one, and all the edited on another. So that way, when I'm working on the laptop editing, you take it all off except for what you need, so that way the computers run really good. So that's the equipment I use. That's the equipment I've used to put the first 150 videos up, and for the first million of you who watched. And if you have questions on any of this, please put them in the comment section down the bottom, just like, hey Sean, what did you say this, or how much was this, or something, because I get asked all the time, especially like when I was at Carlisle. I had a booth in Carlisle, and when I'm walking around here, people are like, what do you use to put it on? It's not expensive. Start with your phone, move to the next cameras, and then if you get serious about it and you really like doing it, because there's no sense in buying anything, because if you go onto YouTube, they have editing systems in there, so you really only need a cell phone, or a cell phone with a camera. But if you do that, like I did for the very first 2 videos you see, my 57 Chevy, I shot that on one of them giant 1986 video cams, and then I took it off of there. I've been carrying that video and the video from 1988 around for, obviously, since those 86 and 88. But once you use your phone, put a video out, if you like it, do it again, do it again, do it again, have fun with it. Just make videos. Don't worry about what they're about. Go out and try and play with it, put it up. And I know some of you guys will give me a hard time, but you know what, just do this for fun, or do it with your kids, or do it with your family. I mean, when I made that first video, if you look at my very first video, which is from 1986, and I'm building my 57 Chevy back then, I had no idea the internet didn't exist. I just did it for me. And then if you look at the one video, it says Doylestown, when I'm driving around in my old red Stingray. That was in 1988, because I was going overseas for a year on deployment. And so I thought, well, if I'm going to be flying out of Spain, I may want to see home. And back then there was no internet, there wasn't even really cable, and the only way I could see home was have videos of it. So what I did was I drove around with my friend Scott Wilson and my friend Drew Kohler, and we made a video of the town we live in, which now, looking back, it's, what is that, 1988, so it's almost 40 years, 30 some years. Nobody told me there'd be math today, but I thought it was cool to put up, because now when you go to Doylestown, PA, my old hometown, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy, because it looks nothing like that. But that was also shot on that same camera that I shot my 57 Chevy on. So equipment doesn't really matter. If you like what you do, you put something interesting, be yourself. Hold on, I'm gonna cough. Excuse me. If you be yourself, and this is me, when you guys meet me in person, I'm the same person you see on here. I tell people, if you're gonna be on, please don't copy me. I don't try to copy anybody else. Just be yourself. Because if you put up, I couldn't act, because I am not that good of an actor. There's no way I could act for 150 videos over the last 6 months to do that. So be yourself. That way you don't have to worry about acting or putting a persona on. Anyway, we're also going to do a video. I'm waiting for April to show up. We're going to put another video up. Probably it'll come up in the next 2 or 3 days. And what we did was, we have merchandise now. Not just shirts I'm wearing. We got all kinds of new shirts. We've got mugs. We've got die casts. We have a new P.O. box that if you guys want to contact us, just send letters saying, hey, this is awesome, or hey, you suck, whatever. If you don't want to put in comments, but you want to send me a letter, that would be awesome. If you want to buy a shirt, you can just send us a check if you don't want to use a credit card or whatever. And because we're not really ready for credit cards, I guess we could, but we're trying to figure that out. But in the meantime, we want to show you the shirts we came up with. I've sold a bunch when we were out and about, especially at the Carlisle Car Show and some of these other car shows or appearances that I make. And so we've got now one that's got all my car art on it. We'll go over that. April wants to say hi. We'll go over some other cool things that are coming up. But I appreciate this. It's been 18 minutes. I'll go ahead and shut up and let you get back to your weekend. And I'm going to go watch some NASCAR. But I appreciate you guys. We are going to be putting new car videos up and everything else. If you guys have suggestions, if you live near somewhere, if you know somebody who has a car in a garage, it's really cool. We'll be going to, we're in Florida again right now. Then we're going to be going to back through Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee between now and November. And probably going back up to Pennsylvania. You know, the whole COVID thing is really weird because we got to figure out where we can go, what restrictions are. I don't want to go somewhere and then be stuck in a hotel for 2 weeks or not be able to fly there because of things going on or whatever. So we're just trying to figure out, but definitely Tennessee, because there's a place in Tennessee that I have relatives and we were looking at getting a place up there. So we'll be going there. I know Alabama we're going to be going to. I know Georgia we'll be going to. And of course, Florida. So if you know any places like that, send me a little, hey, Sean, and let me know. All right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you. This has just been way beyond my expectations. Any comments put in here, anything you want to send us. We put our address up. I'll put it up on a card at the end if you want to see what it is. Happy to answer any questions you have. If you want to do this, do it. Just go out today and start. Just make the worst video possible, put it up, and I'll be the first person to be your subscriber. If you want me to subscribe and you're somebody who watches my channel, absolutely, I am happy to be a subscriber so you can get you going on your first 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. Have a great day. April, should they subscribe to this channel even if they don't like cars today for this one?
Probably just for this one.